Hello, in this video I'm going to share with you the basics of business management. Hey, I'm James Sinclair, I'm a UK business owner. We employ hundreds of people and we turn millions of pounds in sales every single year. In fact, over the course of our career we've employed thousands of people and they've needed managing. In this video I'm going to share with you my top tips. If you like this sort of stuff, you love entrepreneurship management and growing your business, make sure you hit subscribe and that notification bell so we can let you know when we bring out great new videos to help grow your business. Let's go through now the basics of business management, because it's an entrepreneur's failing, it's the leadership's failing if they're not focusing on the management of an organization. So many organizations are now talking about we need leadership. Well, no, you actually need great management to go in partnership with that leadership. And to me, leadership is the entrepreneurship role. We want the entrepreneur focusing on innovation, marketing and culture. But what should the management do? Well, it comes down to a great partnership. And this is the thing that I strongly believe in. It's called E plus M equals S. So it's entrepreneurship plus management equals success. So we're really going to focus now not on the entrepreneurship, but the management of a business. But the entrepreneur needs to understand what great quality management is. And that's what we're going to delve into right now. When you're managing a business, don't put 98 KPI rules that no one can remember. What you want is simple rules, because simple rules can be remembered. Here's what I do in my business. Just 3 simple KPIs. This is what I want to know. I want to know my average customer value, and I want to know what we're spending on labor as a percentage compared to our turnover, and I want to know a monthly profit and loss. So that's our profit and our loss every single month. They're the 3 simple rules that I peddle along to all of my senior management team. That's all I want to know. Now that's so much better than having these 98 different KPIs. Why do people put in loads of rules? Because one little crook has let you down. Here's a little story that I remember when I was at school. We used to have yo-yos, these really cool little yo-yos. Then one day someone stole a yo-yo. Now no one at school was allowed to have a yo-yo anymore, and they ruined everyone's fun. There's a little analogy there for business. Just because one person breaks the rules, don't put in another rule, because it disenfranchises the team just because of that one crook. The smart thing to do is get rid of that toxic employee that's breaking you down. Simple rules are the best way to manage a business. Not too many, just the right ones that are going to grow your business. Here's the next thing: vision, mission and culture. This is what the leadership needs to discuss with the management team. A vision, an end in mind. What does the business look like when it's finished? What does a best version of the business look like? And everyone needs to understand this, because then the management can get behind that. Next thing is your mission. How are we going to get there to really try and work out how we're going to get to our vision? So this is the destination and this is the journey, and the management have got to come up with how we're going to get to that destination. What's the journey that we're going to take to do it? And then lastly, we want to make sure that everyone has a real good, clear understanding of our culture or our values, because there is always a culture and there is always a set of values in a business. It's just whether it's the ones that you want. So what you've got to do is create and put that down, committed to paper, and for the owner of the business and the manager of the business, make sure these values and culture stay on point. The next one is: a calm man is a wise man, or a calm woman is a wise woman. And this is really important for management. If you've got some airy, nasty dictatorship type management, then you're just going to disenfranchise the people that work for you. You've got to stay calm in stressful situations, because if you stay calm, people stay calm. If you get irate, people get irate. You see, mood hoovers make people moody, and you could be a happy manager and your team can be disenfranchised, but one person with a right positive mindset can get everyone else on that positive mindset. It's a really important part of managing people. Make sure you stay calm in stressful situations, and make sure you accept that as the positive culture that absolutely must happen. In all the businesses that we've run, and we've run quite a few, I've realised that gossip happens. Human beings love to gossip, but when you come into management of a business, you need to make sure you're not getting involved in that gossip. And how do you remove that gossip from happening? You make sure that it's just understood that it's absolutely absolutely not accepted. Some people just attract gossip. See, people have come work for me, in a senior position, and they start gossiping with the staff, and I clearly state, and quite rudely in fact, that just isn't acceptable. If you want to get on and do that sort of stuff, then you're not moving up our organisation, because we ain't going to accept it, because that's not what senior management do. If you find people gossiping in your organisation, and there will be people gossiping in your organisation, be wary of promoting them above, because they will just create more of a gossip culture. To wrap it all up and bring it to a beautiful conclusion, understand this: when you're in management, make sure you're in command and take charge, because this is really important. People need to know the decisions that are being made. When it really comes down to great management, this is execution of ideas, making sure stuff happens and making sure accountability happens. You want to make sure that people take ownership over their decisions. They're accountable and believe in the company's vision, mission and culture. Make sure you take command of that. Be assertive and be in charge, and then great management stuff will happen. If you've loved this video and you want to learn more, why don't you come to one of my free business growth seminars? They're live. It's me in person delivering some great content at one of my businesses. Now, in the video description, I put a link on how you can book onto that. I'd love to see you there to help grow your business. If you love this video, make sure you hit subscribe and that notification bell so you know when we're bringing out great new content to help grow your business. Put some comments below. Do you disagree? Do you agree? I'd love to know, and I'll get on the comments myself.